A very important element of project management is the way we manage changes. Changes will happen during execution. What are the principles that we have to follow related to change management? What are the different process steps that are part of the change management process? How do we deal with change requests when they are accepted, rejected, or returned? Changes will happen and should happen when they are necessary to the success of the project. In one of the previous sections, I introduced you to the project of the English Navy where they built a new ship which was later nicknamed HMS Windows XP. The team was hiding behind the requirements that were defined at the beginning of the project to motivate that they did a good project. However, in this case, these changes have been detected already very early in the project, have been confirmed later on, and everybody knows that software gets updated on a regular basis. In this case, my opinion is very clear that a change should have been implemented during the execution of the project. It may have been difficult, it may have caused additional problems. Nevertheless, the project would have been completed with an up-to-date operating system. Changes should be managed by a clear change management process, and the project manager should be in control of all the changes and the process. Unapproved changes, we call them creep, should not be tolerated. The project manager has to identify when he or she is reviewing the data during the review sessions if there is creep happening, yes or no. The project manager should find out whether delays and additional costs are related to creep. In a deterministic approach, changes are discouraged and are very difficult to implement. Nevertheless, in some cases, like I mentioned before, they should be done. In an adaptive environment, changes can be implemented at the beginning of every sprint. Once a sprint is being executed, no changes can be implemented. They can only be implemented from the next sprint. When you use a continuous system like a Kanban approach, changes can be implemented on a continued basis. What are the steps that we have to follow when we work with changes? First of all the change requests have to be registered in the change management register. The change is evaluated by the project manager and its team, and the result is presented to the change control board. The result can be accepted, rejected, or sent back for more information. Once a change has been accepted, it can be added in the project plan, and from this moment we will have new baselines and all reporting has to be done relative to those new baselines. All the changes that are submitted to the project team have to be registered and the submitters have to be informed about the status of their suggestions. There is nothing more demotivating than applying or sending some ideas for improvement and nobody comes back to you. Let's see what happens when change requests are accepted, rejected, and returned. Of course, we know that all changes have to be entered in a change log. Every entry has a reference number, a description, the name of the submitter, date information, follow-up actions, and so on. The submitter should always be informed about this process, should get the reference number and the other information. In case the change request is returned, the submitter may have the chance to review the change, add more information, and send it back for a new review. Once the change has been approved, the submitter receives the confirmation about the approval, and of course, the team will have to start working on the new baselines. Changes are very important. Let's now continue and see how we will react to variances. What happens when we discover that the project is late or we are above budget? You're doing a great job. We're almost completing the project execution step. See you in the next session.